Okay, so after the latest One Piece chapter, it was formally revealed and confirmed that Katakuri is an awakened Devil Fruit user. I know a lot of people, including myself, already assumed that he would be awakened. I mean, look at how OP this guy is. It's only natural we would think that, but it's nice to have a formal confirmation in this chapter. But what really struck out to me was the fact that Luffy stated this is exactly like Doflamingo. Now, a lot of you One Piece fans out there might be thinking, what's wrong with that? Well, nothing really, but it does make me question where Oda is going with this whole concept of awakening and the evolving of your abilities, and even the diversity of it. Like, ever since the reveal of the existence of awakenings and what Doflamingo's awakening was, we've had two halves of the community. One half who basically took Doflamingo's concept of awakening and just applied it to Luffy and everyone else, saying that Luffy's awakening will be a rubber world where he's able to take his rubber qualities and apply it to his surroundings. Basically turning his surroundings into rubber the same way that Doflamingo was able to turn his surroundings into strings. And the other half of the community who thought that each Devil Fruit awakening we see won't follow the same formula. Each one will be relatively unique and have their own rules and limits to a certain extent. Now, the latter would obviously be a lot more interesting for the story, right? Instead of just getting the same idea of what awakening should be and copy and paste it over all of the Devil Fruits, we'd be seeing new and interesting ideas each time. Not only would this offer more varieties in terms of fights and matchups in the story, but it would also give us as a community more things to speculate and theorize over. But it doesn't seem like that's the route Oda's taking. Katakuri's awakening, as of right now, is exactly what Doflamingo's was. The ability to turn your surroundings into whatever your ability was. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Cracker had the same thing. People could argue that we've only had two examples, but then when we look at some previous confrontations, they could be contributing more towards the idea that this is actually a thing and we should get used to it. For example, take a look at Punk Hazard. The environment and landscape has been completely altered after the clash of Akainu and Aokiji. Yet again, the environment turning into the element of the Devil Fruit user. I mean, these two are both top tiers within the Marines. Well, Aokiji used to be, but the point still stands. It wouldn't be surprising if this was a result of a clash between two awakened Logia, further solidifying the point that awakenings allow the user to change the form of the environment. But then here's where things start getting a little bit complicated. This idea of awakening won't work with every fruit. The obvious example being Zoans, and we've already seen that Zoan users with awakening grow stronger, faster and tougher than normal Zoans, with faster recovery rates, all the stuff that you'd expect to see from a Zoan awakening. But even certain Paramecia fruits don't seem to work with this current direction of awakening. Unlike people like Jozu who may be able to go down the same route, how would a character like Pudding turn her environment into her power? Or even Kizaru, could you imagine how crazy things would get if you could literally turn half of an island into light itself? Like, that just doesn't make sense. So the way I see it, if Oda isn't going to be completely unique with each awakening he introduces, I feel like he's going to separate them into categories similar to what he's done with Devil Fruits themselves. And I feel like those categories would go something like this. So one category being transmutation, the ability to apply your Devil Fruits form, element or material to your environment. Enhancement, which will further amplify the qualities that your Devil Fruit already possesses, making it far stronger than usual, allowing certain effects to last longer or be more vivid. And maybe even a special one for Zoan users where they're able to influence the real world versions of creatures that they're able to turn into. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the direction Oda seems to be taking with awakenings in the comment section down below, because as always, these are just my thoughts and opinions on the subject. Although it would be absolutely amazing to see Fujitora permanently alter the gravity of somewhere, or for Foxy to permanently slow down the passage of time on certain locations, I don't think that's realistic, and I would prefer to see some more variety in the story anyway. So yeah, like the video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already for more of that One Piece content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
1.